Yeah, so Hannah, our staff.
Good evening. Welcome to the February 20th, 2024 Oakdale Parks and Rec Commission meeting. We'll take the roll. It looks like all the commissioners are here tonight. I want to welcome everyone back from winter solstice that we had. So it's good to see everyone. So everyone's here. And Julie and Jeff are here, Andy's here, so welcome all again. So can we all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, we get this little new agenda. So first of all, has everyone had a chance to look at our agenda for this evening? Okay, I'm gonna need a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll motion.
Janet, we have one motion. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Agenda passes. Everyone take a look at the minutes from October 17th, 2023.
That's a long time ago.
That was a long.
It was a long time ago. Was there any questions, concerns on those minutes? Can I get a motion to approve those minutes?
So moved.
Move, second?
I'll second it.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motions are passed. We have an open forum now. We're starting with Parks and Rec Commission. When the audience is here, when people come, we'll give them 3 minutes to come up and say hi to us and tell us how great a job we're doing. So we'll appreciate that at all times. And it looks like there is no one here tonight, so we will move on. We'll go to our old business. Does anyone have any old business we'd like to talk about? Okay.
I don't think so.
New business, we have PRC Organizational Updates, and it'll be Julie,
Yeah.
right?
Thank you. So you can see I included a memo with some organizational updates that's affecting all of the advisory bodies. But speaking specifically to ours, the City Council reviewed and approved a number of changes to our advisory bylaws, city ordinance, and city policies that pertain to Parks and Recreation Commission. So there's 3 different areas. The Parks and Recreation Commission bylaws were repealed in their entirety. The majority of the information compiled in the bylaws are now included in a standard operating policy. And also changes adopted, including removing mentions of PRC bylaws and simplifying the commissioner appointment process. And then lastly, a city standard operating policy now includes information from the bylaws of the Parks and Recreation Commission and other advisory commissions. So basically, they're just shifting things. There hasn't been a lot of changes. I will speak to what those are. So we are changing the meeting frequency of our meetings. So no meetings will occur in January, March, June, and December. So we dropped a couple meetings. They'll still occur on the 3rd Tuesday of the month at 7 in the council chambers here. Another change is our order of business. We added the approval of the agenda, and we also added the open forum. Also, we added the annual plan that we worked on this past year, and then also annual training will also happen. I think that may happen in April. Stay tuned on that.
On that, do we all go together, or is that just?
You know, I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work. I think it probably will happen at our April meeting,
Oh, okay,
and it might just be a PowerPoint, but stay tuned for that.
all right,
Okay,
okay.
thank you.
Thank you. Onward. Now is the time for elections. So, did everyone get the little process for elections here? Okay, first of all, we will need nominations for the candidates of chair and vice chair. So let's start out with nominations for the chair. Would anybody like to nominate somebody for chair?
Nominate you, Steve.
Okay.
I'll second that.
All right. Anybody else want to nominate anyone? Okay. Now, do I close that one, Julie, or do we go?
Yep, so we want to make a motion
Okay,
to
so,
nominate.
okay, so we'll make a formal motion to nominate Steve Meyer for chair of the Oakdale Parks and Rec Commission.
I'll
Jan?
motion.
I'll second.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
And then a motion to nominate the vice
Motion-
chair.
The vice chair. So I need a motion to nominate vice chair.
Are there any nominations?
Are there any nominations?
I'll nominate Glenn Giacoletto.
Any other nominations?
I'll nominate Glenn Barr.
Okay. Any other nominations? Okay. So the nominations are closed, so now we go on to an election, right? And then we have to sign. Is that how
Right,
it
so
works?
everybody has their sheets there?
Has their sheets.
Yep,
So we'll sign it and then
send them down our way.
send them down.
It's Glenn Barr. I don't know how to spell the other Glenn's last name.
Steve, you can only vote
Can't
once.
just write Glenn, right?
Right?
Vote once.
There we go. Barr.
Has everybody got a pen?
Yes. I'm good. I just put an initial. The most stressful vote I've ever done. Should there have been speeches?
Yeah.
Oh, there's another.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not on there.
Okay. All right, so with a vote of 4-3, Glenn G. will remain the vice. And so now I need you to make a motion for both.
Can I get a motion to nominate Glenn for vice chair?
I'll motion that.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Congratulations, Glenn. You're vice chair again.
Congratulations to both of you.
Yep, okay. Next. Our staff updates. Jeff, you want to go first?
Sure. Good evening. I'll just touch on some of the stuff. We've had a pretty light winter. Obviously, we're all aware of that. We had a 9.5, 10-day rink season. From the time we finally got them open, we had to wait quite a while. We didn't have them open for the holiday, Christmas holiday. The weather just didn't cooperate at 54, 56 degrees on Christmas Day, so rain. So when we did get the colder weather, we had them up and rolling in like 6 days. So it was, and they did get used quite a bit. I'm sure Julie has numbers. I don't want to steal her thunder here tonight. I'm sure you have the, no. It was a 9.5, 10-day season. And then we got the weather. We had the trailers, both warming houses. They've been removed. I got them out of there right away when we decided we weren't going to move forward. So that was interesting. We haven't seen that in a while. And then we're moving forward. We got a lot of CIP projects coming up this summer, this season, I should say.
I have a question, Jeff, just going back to the warming houses.
Yep.
When you pulled them earlier than we thought, did the city save anything on that, or did we?
I'm not sure yet. I don't know what the contract exactly was on that, if it was month to month,
Yeah.
but I can find that out for you. But I don't want them sitting there,
Made
vandalism,
no sense.
anything,
Yeah.
so I wanted to get them out before the ground got real soft, while we had that opportunity, so we got them out of there. Moving on, we got the lighting project for Field 1 through 4 over here. We're working with contractors on that right now. There's consultants. We have a consultant that's interested in assisting us, which that has to go through administration and approval of that. It's a pretty big project. That will probably not take place till late summer, early fall. We won't interrupt the ball season to do that, and they can usually complete it once everything's there in like 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. It won't take them long.
Wow.
They did look at all the poles, the lighting. There's one in question. Otherwise, they can reuse most of them. They've got a 60-year lifespan on those, so I think they've been there for 30 now. So they just retrofit them and put the LEDs on there. So be interesting to see how that turns out. And working on, I know we're looking at Guthrie Park for a volleyball court, whether we're going to do the turf or the sand. I think people were sort of interested in moving towards the turf. We've got options for that, bids on that. And as I stated in our previous prior meeting, they started clear cutting our area for our new public works facility down on 32nd and Granada. It sure looks different. In the last 4 days, they took it out of there pretty quick. So that's exciting to see for us. And then we also did a tour last week with SRF on the future of the parks planning, and they'll be doing a presentation in the April meeting to the Park and Recreation Commission. Great group to work with, and that will lead me into the Willowbrook Commons Park that they received, I think, approximately 8 contractors that bid on it. They're waiting to award the bid, and that you're going to see it's going to start going here this spring. So they're going to start putting that park in, first phase of it. I'm excited. It's taken almost 2 years to plan it. We meet bi-weekly. At first it was weekly, and it's ready to roll. It's going to be nice. So it's going to have the challenge course and 2 tot lots from the 2 to 5 and 5 to 12, and it'll have a nice shelter up there with, it's going to be a beautiful park. So it's exciting. It'll be excited to see how that, after all the planning, something to start happening and come to fruition. So
How full do you know are those units over there?
they're putting them up daily. Yeah.
Are they selling out pretty?
If you don't drive through there for like 2 weeks and you go up there, you're like, wow, they don't mess around. It's crazy. There's houses popping up all over.
New ones by the Target that they're putting up.
Yeah. So I know I sort of buzzed through that. We haven't met for a while, but stand for any questions or any
Yeah. When are the fields gonna be open?
next week. Oh, not that, Meyer.
Well, it's coming.
Oh, I
so
know.
I think just give you.
Yeah, we'll get on 'em.
Earlier when we had that dry spell, I was waiting for.
I know.
I'm already telling people not to start asking that question. I said, we haven't gotten on until May the last.
I'm used to it, Mark. It's all good. You learn it's every spring. We're good with
Yeah, I
it.
know.
So, yes, Jan.
What are the chances that there'll be a pickleball court in Willowbrook?
It won't be in this first park. It will not be located there. If it is, it'll be in a future, one of the 2 that are up there. So, yeah.
And then I have a second question.
Yes.
Unrelated. When you're saying like Eastside Park had all those trees taken out.
Yep.
Is that out of a Parks and Recs budget, or that's out of
It's
the
out of the
city?
forestry, yeah. It comes out of, yeah.
Okay.
It's an environmental. They have to remove them, so. And they'll replant, they'll replace them with trees. But yeah, the winter is the best time. They're sort of dormant at that time, and they can get in and do it without creating damage.
right.
We did create, they got in and left some ruts on the east side. We'll fix that up, but it was, like I say again, it's the weather. It's what we've been handed. So, But yeah, it's all EAB stuff. I think they got through most of our parks where they had to come down, but yeah, it's crazy. You hate to see it. You drive all over. You used to go down streets in St. Paul, beautiful, and now it's wide open, so it's everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's sort of sad to see, but yeah.
I just had a really quick question on the East Side hockey count here.
Yep.
Because I would walk by it almost every day, and I only saw one time
Well,
when
if you're
people
not
were
there at night, you're missing it.
Oh, really?
Because that's when they're there.
It was
Okay.
busy.
That's our busiest rink. You got to go at night.
Okay,
Yeah, they're there. They're in school during the day.
Yeah.
If you go at night, it's crazy there.
okay. That's
Yeah,
what I was wondering. I was just curious.
That is
about
not
the
a
numbers.
typo. That's-
Okay.
Yeah.
I had a question. Just to expand a little on the earlier question, how does a warmer weather or a warmer winter affect like the maintenance in the budget and that kind of stuff? And Julie, I'll ask you the same question about programs later.
Yeah,
and
it's-
recreation, But how does it affect? Where do
So-
we save? Where do we spend?
Yeah, so you know, we have to book them trailers, those two for the warming, also the temps. As far as staff-wise, we're out usually cleaning and flooding rinks daily. Till from sometimes or mid-November, late November through the end of February, depending. Once we get to mid-February, that's when the sun gets a little higher and it's harder to keep the ice, and then again, if we're not doing that and it snows, every one of our members on our crews, we have 4 divisions, they're all plowing. They all have plow routes. We haven't had that. So last year, I think we had 56 events that we plowed or so went out and salted. So this year, I think I can count on 2 hands where we've had to send them out. Full plows, been 1.5, 2. So just the one last week, and then there was one in November. I think it was right around Halloween we had it. So we've gone out and salted, but we think we paid for it last year and we're getting a little reprieve, but Councilmember Morcom, I think, joked with me at the beginning, we don't have to order salt for next year. We don't. And if you order it, you have to take the delivery. Our salt shed at our shop is complete. We just took 100 ton. It's crazy.
Will
It's
that
full.
impact other storage for later in the year?
It shouldn't, because we're good. So, yeah, it's just been, we haven't seen this in 100 years, so here. So,
Did that answer your question, or were you looking at?
Yeah.
Is there a surplus, or
No,
is that what
yeah,
we're
like just
trying to-
understanding, like, were there extra costs or did we lose revenue because we weren't doing something, or?
No,
I mean, it got a really, it was.
you know, we're not
contextually helpful.
we're not paying rink attendants.
Right.
There's a cost savings there. We're not using water, we're not using equipment, fuel, wear and tear on the equipment, cleaning the rinks every day, plowing. That's a huge equipment going down there with the trucks and loaders and sidewalk machines and fuel. So we've got to be on the plus side compared to where we were. But I don't know if we have a huge amount of money extra, but that gentleman over there, because he'll deal with that. I'm not a big finance major, but I know we're definitely better than where we were last year.
Yeah.
Or we were in the hole. So maybe it evens out. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know if I answered your question, but
It was just contextual.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know.
Okay.
So I think you did a great job of answering the
well,
question.
thank you. Appreciate it.
Excellent. Any other questions for Jeff? Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
Julie?
Thank you. So I do have the February, March update, so now I added March since we won't be meeting next month. So I'll cover 2 months of programming. Our spring newsletter hit mailboxes last month, and this current newsletter covers the months of February through May. So we've been busy taking registrations for the new season. We've got new recreation software coming. We're excited to begin that conversion. And it is called Civic Rec. That'll be the new software. We're hoping to go live the end of April, and that will coincide with our early summer registration. So it's coming up quick, and we're really excited to get going with the new software there. AARP Tax Assistance. We are once again acting as a site for AARP on Mondays, and that's through April 22nd. All appointments are booked, and they have been for at least a month. So, yeah, they fill up quick. So if anybody's interested in next year, I recommend you call that first business day in January. We've got the indoor market having a great season. Really good numbers. We reached over 400 at the January 27th market. Getting close to being done here. Only have 3 markets remaining. We've got one on Saturday here, so Nathan's doing a really good job with the markets, and really great community event, and happy to see the community support so well as well. Our snowshoe rentals, right, so we don't have any snow. We've had no rentals yet, but the winter's not over. It's
not over
You never
yet,
know, right, we
You
know,
never
so
know.
you never know. So if it does happen, as a reminder, rates are $6 per person for a 2-hour rental. We've got sizes for both adult and kids. And if you do have a group of 6 or more, we request that you make a reservation through our department. You can just give us a call, and we'll get you down for that. Jeff spoke to the ice rinks and warming houses, so we were only open a couple days. I can skip past that one, but I did include the detailed report for a few days that were open, and it compares to the past couple years. We've got 2 artists of the month. We've got Amber Dooley coming in. She actually left on February 18th, and she had her photographer, but beginning February 23rd, that'll run through the end of March. We've got watercolor artist Beth Myers, and she'll bring in her 40-plus paintings to the Discovery Center. I don't think we've ever had anybody have over 40 pieces of artwork, so it'll be interesting to see how that's laid out and how that looks. We've got Sunday Bingo coming up, continues to be extremely popular. Our next event will be on Sunday, March 17th, and that'll be from 1 to 3. If anybody's interested, you gotta sign up early for that one, because that fills every time as well. Best Snow Sculpture Contest, same story. If we do get any, we'll accept entries through March 31st, and the theme this year is snow animals. We've got some employment opportunities. We're hiring summer program instructors. Applications and job descriptions can be found on our website, and we are accepting those through the end of March, and we hold our interviews in April. So I'm not sure exactly how many we'll be hiring this year. It'll probably be around 8, waiting to see how many returners we have, but I'm imagining we'll probably have to hire 3 or 4 new staff. So if you know anybody, send them our way. We've got our mystery egg hunt coming up, and that'll be Saturday, March 30th. That is from 9 to 11. Again, always one of our biggest events of the year. Always fill that up with 200 kids. Once again, Larry and Vicki Eberhard of Keller Williams Realty will be sponsoring and providing donuts, and they are raffling off 2 bikes once again. I looked this morning, and I think there are 50 spots remaining, but those will fill as well. We've got our indoor garage sale, and that'll be held on Saturday, April 6th. That's from 9 to 1, and all of our booths are sold out. So we have 23 that we start with, and those filled up really quick as well. And then lastly, our community walk will resume April 1st, and that'll run through October, and the rewards will remain unchanged from 2023. So I'll stand for any questions or comments. Anybody has anything for me?
I have a comment. Park cleanup in the parks.
Yes.
Earth Day is what, April 22nd or something?
I'd have to look at my calendar.
but-
I don't know that offhand.
But- But yeah, taking groups to.
Yeah, yep, if you're interested, give us a call, and we can get you on that list for park cleanup, absolutely.
Yeah, it's fun, get a group together and
Yep. We always get about 75 to 100 people.
you give us the bags to put the
Yep,
debris in.
so we provide the bags and directions on how to do that, so, yeah, if you're interested, give us a call.
I already
Yes, I
called
know.
Laura.
I know.
Julie?
Yeah.
I know we talked about it earlier, but I would love for the public record to show. The pumpkin hunt was adorable, and I haven't seen you since October, so
No, you
I couldn't tell you that. My son had a great time. We had a lot of fun out there.
That's good to hear, thank
Never
you.
done it before, so.
Yeah,
It was
yeah, hopefully
job
we'll
well
be
done.
back next year.
Great.
For the large events, like with the, excuse me, like with the egg hunt, I guess that's like the next big event coming up. Have you ever thought about doing like a sensory tent for kids that might need to just kind of get away from all of the commotion and everything going on? I'm signed, well, not, my daughter signed up for the egg hunt this year, so I've never been to it, it's my first time, but in other past events, like the Winter Wonderland and the inflatables event, excuse me. I mean, I know it might be too short notice to even try to think about doing it for the egg hunt, but just to kind of put a bug in the ear for some of those big events where you, I mean, 200+ kids, you know, and then it's probably 2+ parents. That's a lot of people.
Right.
And a lot of people
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
some kids to try to deal with emotionally and.
Right, right. No, you know, we haven't really done a lot of that, but I can certainly make a note of that and look into it.
I mean, it seems like there's a lot of great sponsors that
Yep.
the Parks and Rec Department has. I'm sure there's someone out there that would love to help sponsor something like that.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Thanks, John. Yeah, I will absolutely look into
Know
that.
someone very close to you that
Yeah.
might want to get involved with that.
Okay. I think I may have someone. Thank you.
Great. Any other questions? All right.
Oh, thanks, Julie.
Thanks, Julie.
Thank you.
Next, Commissioner comments.
Commissioner?
Anyone have anything else to say? Anyone?
No, I do.
You know, I do.
Anyone? No? Go ahead.
Yeah, I always have to mention our Wellness 50+. We are having a unique event coming up March 4th. It's by a professional organizer who will go over downsizing and organizing your home. And that is, like I said, March 4th from 1 to 2:30 at Discovery Center. You can sign up for that event on the typical Discovery Center website, email,
Give us the call.
phone number, 651-747-3860.
Thanks, Jan.
That's all.
Yeah, well, you can
right.
check, our page is always on the Oakdale update, and always refer to that for our other events that we continually do.
Well, yeah, Steve, I have many things.
Let's, all right.
Put your feet up. It's going to be a while. First off, I want to say to the residents of Oakdale and all the volunteers who came to the Lions Club February Fleece and Thank You event. Final tally is we tied 54 blankets. We put together 48 cancer care kits, and we did over 100 Valentines for the veterans. It was a great turnout, despite the fact it was the afternoon of Super Bowl Sunday. And the volunteers, I say we loosely, I did very little, but we had a great turnout and y'all really helped us out a lot. We have 2 other events coming up. On April 14th, we are having a Puzzle Palooza, which from what I understand is a puzzle making contest, and whoever finishes the puzzle first will get, I believe, $100. First time we're ever doing it, so we'll see how that goes. We're halfway signed up, and I think we have 9 or 10 openings for that. And
Glenn, just a note, I'm in some nationwide groups, like recreation groups, and those like puzzle events are becoming very, very popular.
Oh,
So
cool.
you're on the trend.
All right, that's great. And I know a lot of Oakdale residents have touched base with City Hall already about this, but the Maplewood Oakdale Lions Club will again this year sponsor the Oakdale citywide garage sales. We are also going to do it for the city of Maplewood as well.
Same day?
Yeah, same. The dates are going to be May 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And more information will be on our Facebook page. So if you don't follow us, please do, because that's where the information and the links all are. Or you can reach out to me. But we're looking forward to doing the garage sales again, and more info to follow.
Wonderful. Thanks, Glenn. All right. We all good?
I have one more comment.
Thanks, commissioners. I appreciate that.
Oh, I have one more.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
One more. Go ahead.
So I know, I just want to kind of throw this out there now so we kind of start to think about it, but with the consulting company and with reinvesting a lot back into our parks, I think it'd be great for all of our residents to get out and see those parks. So just to try to think of some ideas of some type of like scavenger hunt, or, you know, it's kind of too bad we won't have it done for this year probably with the 50th anniversary, because it'd been kind of fun to have like little history facts at each park they send to or something. But I just want to throw it out there now, just to put the bug in the ear and just to try to get other residents out to all these parks that we are reinvesting back into.
Great idea.
And maybe the parks, you know, with the public works crew being slower, you know, if someone wants to design a, I don't know, a post with some, I don't know, I'm just throwing it out there.
No,
I love that.
interesting.
So
Yeah,
just, I can wait till last, my last right now?
yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to, obviously with the events in the last 3 days, keep the families of the first responders we lost in our thoughts, and also our Oakdale first responders, our police and fire. I'm pretty close with some of the men and women, and I, pray they all stay safe, and very tragic. We've got some great crews here that protect us around the clock, so just want to give a shout out to them, and,
Thank you for bringing that up.
and, hope they stay safe.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. All right, very good. Any other comments? Commissioners?
Just to plug with the tree board, we'll be having our annual tree giveaway come in April, so it'll be online. Have a choice of, we picked out 4 trees, so you'll have a nice choice this year.
Kind of trees.
We're, excuse me, gonna have an oak. Sorry, I would have my species list here if I didn't know if it was gonna come up. I'm not sure we're gonna have a fruit tree though this time. They're kind of hard to come by. But I can't tell you exactly
All
right now.
That's good. We'll check in with you later. We good?
Yep.
Thank you so much. Councilman Morcom, welcome.
Hey, thank you for having me. Congratulations, Steve and Glenn, on being nominated once again. But yeah, lots going on in Oakdale. It's been a while since we've met. The budget was passed with the city in December. And to Jeff's point, one of the things we decided to invest in as a city, because we're growing right now in development, people, we approved in the budget 3 new police officers to make sure that we're keeping up. So a new police captain and two new officers that are going to be on the force to support that effort. Also, all the developments in the city continue to go. We talked about all the great events that have been happening with Parks and Rec, right? We didn't mention Winter Wonderland, which had thousands of people. The demand for the services that we provide are growing and growing, which as a council, right, that puts pressure on us to make smart budget decisions. But I think for you as a commission, this is going to be a very busy year for Parks and Rec. The feedback that you get and the advice that you provide is going to really help give us good information so we can make smart choices as a council. So this one was a little quieter, but I think going forward, there's going to be a lot of conversation. So welcome all of the ideas, all of the feedback that you can provide, because it's really going to be important. This is going to be a chance with these consultants to help us set the strategy for the city going forward, and that's going to have an impact for decades. So lots of good things going in the city. I don't even know where to begin, but I will happily stand for questions if you have any.
Questions? Dan? Really?
Good. Well, thank you so much for serving. We appreciate what you do here on the commission.
We appreciate all you do. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. I believe that is the end of this. So our next regular meeting will be April 16th, 2024. So can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll motion that.
And a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Have a great evening. We are adjourned.